So, I was very curious to meet you. First of all, congratulations for winning the national award for your movie Pratiksha.
Thank
It
you.
is you brought pride to Odisha, I must say,
Thank you.
and it was a great movie. I must say it was really great. But I was curious to know that after doing international marketing from Leeds University, UK, and you have done your BBA IT also from Symbiosis,
Yeah.
direction में आप कैसे गए?
Actually, I was inclined towards cinema. I don't know, from childhood, because my father was a film producer, and I've been brought up in such kind of environment where we used to watch cinemas frequently,
Right.
and my love for cinema is from since I mean, my mother used to say that I mean, once I was born, I think 1 month or 2 months, the first thing I did was started watching TV only. So I loved watching films,
Okay.
not because my father was a filmmaker, but in general, my father used to watch a lot of movies. A lot of international films as well, Italian films, German films,
Right.
French films. So I used to watch a lot of international films, and slowly, once I was in school, I slowly realized that I want to do something in cinema. I mean, not in front of the camera, but behind the camera. Maybe be a cinematographer or a director.
Right.
I just wanted to make good cinemas. So after my graduation, that's when I decided, no, I have to do cinema. I mean, I wanted to study film course. I was looking forward for Pune, FTI Pune, or maybe somewhere in LA, USA. But my father insisted me to have a formal education first, because he had different ideologies.
Right.
He always thought that you should have a basic education.
Absolutely.
Like for him, he wanted me to be an engineer because he was an engineer himself.
Okay.
So he was at that old school mentality: you be an engineer, or we do MBA, or do whatever.
Right.
Because of certain reasons, obviously, because he thought like this, because there's not much scope and exposure here in Odisha. And everybody knew, like he also knew, I also knew, that I'm from Bhubaneswar and I'll have to settle down in Bhubaneswar only. So if I have to stay here in Odisha, I need to do something else from films.
Right.
Because business in films here is not that great as compared to other regional.
So why did you
industries.
choose, to direct and produce films? Why not get into acting?
Acting was never my cup of tea. I mean, I was always, very intrigued by the making of cinema, how
Okay.
a story is brought to the screen. If I used to write a lot when I was a child. I mean, even now I write my own stories. So first of all, the first thing is I write and I start to visualize it. So how will it look in the bigger picture?
Right.
So that is when I decided, no, I have to go for this thing. I have so many stories which I want to, I want people to know about it.
Okay.
I want to show my perception of something. So that is when I thought that, no, I can do this only if I produce or direct films.
Great.
So that was I think, how I decided to get into this thing.
Right. So, any particular institutes that you could tell our students, like which institutes they should get enrolled themselves into, so that they can become a good director like you?
uh, I didn't have any kind of formal education. See, there are two ways, because
Right.
I always wanted to have a formal education in cinema, but
you got practical experience
I
because of
got,
you were blessed to have your
yeah,
family
I
around,
got
right?
practical experience, and
Yeah.
I would like to rather say I'm a self-taught filmmaker. I
Right.
mean, everything is available nowadays on Google, YouTube, and you have all these books.
Definitely.
So if you
Yes.
have interest in it, then you can go for it. And
That they can develop gradually, but obviously a formal education will help.
yeah,
In
definitely.
your case, I mean, you right from the beginning you were seeing it, so this
Right.
is how you imbibed it. But somebody who wants to get into formal education, for them, what would be better?
For them, there are quite a few good film schools in India. First of all, the best film school would be FTII, Film and Television Institute in Pune.
Right.
So it has an entrance exam. It's very difficult to crack, but very limited seats. Like there are hardly 6 or 8 seats in direction. And you have to give an entrance exam.
So what all is there in entrance exam?
Theoretical questions.
Okay.
And see, if there are different fields in cinema, right? If you want to be an actor, or you want to go for cinematography, and direction is there,
Right.
and writing course is there. So every course has different eligibility criteria.
Right.
Like for cinematography, you need to have a science education because of light, physics. You need to know physics and chemistry because of lights. But I don't think in direction it has something like that. But it's clearly written in the syllabus. So FTI Pune is there. Then SRFTI in Calcutta, Satyajit Ray Film Institute, that is there. Then Odisha has a very good film school. Most of the Odia technicians are from Biju Patnaik Film Institute in Cuttack. So that is doing really well. And I think privately in Bhubaneswar, I think KIT has a film school. I'm not sure about the placements and all, but it does have.
Right.
But I have seen a lot of people, a lot of students getting placed in different, in cinematography, direction, everywhere. Those who have come out from Biju Patnaik Film School as well.
Right.
So it also has an entrance exam like FTII. So you have to go through that entrance exam, and then you can pursue that. So this is if you want to do something in India.
Right.
But if you have that kind of budget, and if you have that kind of support, or if you can get some scholarships, then sky is the limit. You can go to Europe, you can go to film schools in Europe, you can go to London, you can go to Poland, and you can go to USA. In USA, so many film schools. I always wanted to go to UCLA, UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles. It has a very nice direction and writing course, script writing course. So I still want to, because they have these certificate courses and summer courses as well. So anybody can go and do that there. So UCLA is there, then New York Film School is there, and I mean, a lot of good film schools are there.
Right.
But then it actually depends where you are seeing yourself, like where you want to work.
I wanted to ask about that only because because students are clueless, they might, out of peer pressure or maybe a little interest, it might be there in their mind, but they are not clear at that time. So every student may not be successful even if they have done any course. So what is the scope after that? If suppose I do some course over there, let's say any cinematographer or any direction course, but what is the career option for me after that? What kind of placements one will get?
See, if like MBA colleges or engineering colleges, you don't have these kind of placements. Like they have these campus visits and all. Because I haven't come from a film school, so I doubt if they have these kind of campus placements. But once you're out of film school, you will have to have some kind of on-field experience as well. So if you're into direction, then it will be better if you start assisting someone. And you can approach some directors, and then you can show them your formal education that you have come out from a film school. And say, for example, my case, when I started directing, like I did whatever films and web series I've done, I have always taken freshers as my assistant directors. My cinematographer Deepak, he has always taken students from the film school only. So what happens is, like, if we get these applications from young guys and children, like they want to assist us, they want to get into this thing. So we normally see what kind of experience they've had. Like we will also prefer someone from a film school background, because he has basic knowledge. So we can hire them as assistant directors. And maybe someone who has interest, who has knowledge, but he or she doesn't have a film school experience. So we can take them as interns. So we are always open for giving chance to all aspiring.
So all the aspiring directors, the doors are open for you. Anupam is here to help you out. So do visit whenever you are looking forward to any kind of opportunity. So a helpful person is there for you.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah. That's true. So and coming back to the remuneration part. So in the industry, let's say Odia film industry or maybe outside, what kind of remuneration a fresher can expect?
In Odisha, the remuneration is very low because the industry is very small now, and the industry is going through a revival phase. Since the last 2 years, a lot of promising films have been coming, and the future is bright, I would say, because a lot of young filmmakers are coming in and trying to revamp the industry to start a revolution. So future is good, but if you compare it to other industries like the Hindi film industry in Bombay or Tamil industry, Telugu industry, so there is a huge difference in the remuneration.
Okay.
So it depends, I mean, whether you want to stay here and you want to work here, do something from Odisha, try to change the industry, but want to stay here only. For them, it's fine. But those who are ambitious, those who want to earn more, obviously they would look at better options. It's like any other industry,
Yes,
right?
yes, of course.
Because if you see the packages, jobs, why people go to Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune? Why not work here? Because they get better options there. It's the same thing here only.
Right.
But it's very limited.
So what do you see in a candidate when, let's say, some fresher is coming to get training from you? So what kind of, what qualities do you look at?
I first of all see the love for cinema. How mad they are for cinema. Till what extent can they go for cinema? Because I don't believe in like you have to be formally educated to achieve this. So you need to show your love for cinema, your respect for cinema, and you need to be very focused what you want to do. Like I would also not entertain people who are just here to have some fun, just to gain some experience, and then go for something else. Students have to be very confident, and they need discipline in that as well. If you want to do this, then we will do this. No second thought about it. Then only you can achieve something. If you will be only confused, what do I have to do? Then things will be very shaky. I mean, the beginning will be shaky. Then what can you expect from the future? So you have to be very firm, very disciplined, and you have to be confident that yes, I am going to do this, and I will be doing this unless I achieve something. It can be monetary, it can be it can be for festivals, whatever. I mean, there are different filmmakers. They have different aspirations. I would say, like somebody wants to be commercially established. Commercially established as in somebody wants to earn money from this thing, and somebody wants to earn fame. People want to be famous because film industry is something like that, right? You have to be in the limelight, you have to be in the page 3. A lot of people also aspire that we want to be in the limelight, and we want to be a hero, we want to be a heroine, we want to
but you yourself had been at the back end always, what I researched through. You don't have, millions of followers like other directors have. You're always there in your own comfort zone. And why don't you, come out of that? And why are you not there in the limelight always?
No, I prefer always being behind the camera and not so much in the limelight, because I'm not that extrovert as well. introvert kind of guy, and I have my own circle, my family, my friends, and whatever is required for the work I do. Like I'm here to make some good cinema. I'm here to see our Odisha industry stand out outside. Like I want other industry people to know about our industry as well.
I know, but because see, you are in that kind of industry where people deliberately like to stay visible all the time, you know. So, doesn't it sometimes create some hurdles when you are less visible in comparison to others?
I mean, see, ultimately our work will do all the talking. Like, even if I am not visible, I'm happy that chalo, my film is visible. I mean, it's getting all the critical acclaim and accolades and all. So it's okay. I mean, I prefer being not so visible because I know people who are always visible in front of the camera. I'm not talking about Odisha specifically, but a lot of actors in Bombay or Chennai or whatever in Hyderabad. So they have crazy fan following and they're visible all the time.
True.
So it is very difficult for them to maintain their personal life as well. So in a way, we are very happy with our personal life and with our circle only.
True.
So, but you just have to balance both the sides.
Right. So that's another learning, that create a balance, that is equally important. Staying visible, of course, has its own advantages and disadvantages.
That's that.
So your work should speak louder than your visibility, I would say.
That is true.
And any challenges that you would like to highlight to the newcomers who would like to join this industry? What kind of challenges one will have to face?
Challenges, there are quite a few challenges. The challenges we are also facing in Odisha, because since the industry is going, as I said, the industry is going through a revival phase, and revolution has just started. Young filmmakers have come in. So Odia films recently, I mean, for the last 20, say 15, 20 years, the industry, I mean, a lot of not so good films had gone. I wouldn't say bad films, because there's no good or bad films, but there was a trend of, copy paste films, like where Odia films were copied from Telugu films, unofficial copies, and released. That was a huge issue from our end, like from the directors and the filmmakers end. So we shouldn't have done that. We should have focused on cultural stories, original stories of Odisha. Then after the super cyclone, a lot of theaters got demolished. There were, I think, more than 150, 160 theaters in Odisha. Now hardly there are 40, 50 theaters. So that is a huge setback for our industry. So here, not only the government but other industrialists, they need to step up and develop this industry, so that we get more number of theaters. So if we get more number of theaters, then obviously, the budget of the film will also increase. The industry will increase.
Right.
So that is one huge problem which we are facing as filmmakers here in Odisha, because we are limited within a certain budget, and we cannot go beyond that budget because we don't have sufficient theaters. And people also had lost interest in watching Odia films. But I'm very
It's reviving, of course.
Yeah,
I'm
it is
seeing a lot of
reviving.
changes now. For the freshers, again, I'll come back to one more question, that not everybody gets placed properly. So that is the reason parents, they try to find out the courses which are job oriented for the students. Everybody will try maybe in Bollywood or Tollywood or here, but if they are not getting a proper chance, then I think they are nowhere. So what is your message for those kind of students?
See, I also faced that thing. That's why I had to, do a MBA degree. I had an MBA degree, then I did graduation, and I did BBA. I would say, as of now in Odisha, a basic formal education is required. Like, you have to be a graduate or something, because what if plan A doesn't work? You need to have a
Right.
plan B as well.
Right.
It is still in a very growing stage, I
Right.
would say, the film industry of Odisha. So I'm not saying that it will not happen or you won't be placed, or I mean, the career opportunities here is quite less if compared
Not
to
here,
other
but if
countries.
I compare, like, okay, you're talking
Yeah,
about India.
yeah.
Okay.
In India, yeah, definitely there are a lot of chances because it's a huge industry,
Okay.
and not only cinema. I mean, there's a huge boom in OTTs as well. So if you are going for a technical course, then you will get placed anyhow, anyway. Like technical, as in the, I mean, it can be cinematography, or it can be in the field of sound editing. A lot of departments are there.
Right.
Maybe work there for a few years or months, have some experience, then come back and make some films on your own here.
Right.
That is also something which can be done.
Right.
But yes, we always need young people here as well, because it's in revival phase.
Right.
Though the pay will be less, but still
They can get a lot of experience.
they can be the part of the revolution.
Right.
That we were the ones who again revived Odia film industry. So
Right.
that is that. So that's the reason. See, I am also here because I would have if I wanted something commercially, I would have the amount of time and energy we're spending here in Odisha. So if I spend that much in Bombay or maybe some other state, other region, we might get paid even more handsomely. I mean, not like in Odisha, but still we want to stay here and we want to revive our industry.
Right.
So that is the only reason we are here, and I also try to convince some young makers as well, because you also stay here, make some quality films.
Right.
Let us stay together. Initially the pay will be low, but gradually it will increase.
Definitely.
That is for sure. I mean, the industry is not going to die.
Right.
It has to revive.
Great. So I'm sure you might have felt great by receiving an award from the president herself.
Yes.
And what was your feeling? That was your first award from the president, right?
Yes, that was my first national award, and it was a very emotional moment for me, because when my father started filmmaking, so he had won a national award for his first film.
Okay.
It was in 1986, Hakim Babu. So this was my first film as a director, and I also got a national award. So it was I don't know, some kind of connection, maybe his blessings. So it was very one of the biggest things I've ever achieved, and it's a huge boost, because if making simple cinema can get you a national award, then obviously the sky is the limit. I mean, we will try to make better and better films in the future.
Great. So we wish you all the best. Many more national awards to you.
Thank you.
And may you bring a lot of laurels to our state Odisha also.
Thank you so
and
much.
Maybe all over India you will shine, I'm sure. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely meeting you.
It was lovely meeting you.